Good morning and welcome back to This Week at the Chamber. It's February 19th.
President's Day.
President's Day. We're here and we're taking care of business this week. Thanks for joining us. Giving you the top 4 things you need to know going into this week. Amy, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lloyd's behind the camera taking care of us. And why don't we start with this week?
All right. We've got BCLI is going to have their government and healthcare focus day on Tuesday. That's always a really good one. They get to have lunch at AirEvac, learn about all of that process. They get to start the day at City Hall. They get to hear a state of the city from the mayor. They get to hear from the police department some. And then they'll also get to hear about some healthcare later in the day.
Mm-hmm. Every year, we really want to go up in the AirEvac helicopter. And every year we are politely told, well, you're not having an emergency, so we can't really do that. But it is really cool being able to see the helicopter there and learn more about what they do. Of course, It's right next to the hospital, so what a great resource for those being so closely located. Good for our community.
Yes.
So, yes, they'll learn a lot. Leadership Day, healthcare and government, that's a full one, but it is chock full of good information. So that's what they'll be doing on Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, AC and I will be back in Conway. We'll be at another conference learning about work-ready communities, some of that progress, some of that process, and understanding what that might look like if we were to consider bringing some of that back to Harrison. So we're going to go learn about it, hear what other people in the state are doing. It's kind of trending in education right now, and there's quite a few communities around Arkansas that are designated work-ready. So we're going to go learn a little bit more. That's what we're going to do this week.
All right.
And then also Wednesday, we have a ribbon
Wednesday
cutting.
we have a ribbon cutting for the Creekside Bike Trails. They've put a lot of work into continuing that expansion of different bike trails in Harrison, sort of helping to bring some fun tourism things to come and visit and explore. And it looks like it's going to be a really beautiful addition. So come check that out. It'll be Wednesday at 4 o'clock.
That's right.
And we'll cut the ribbon on those new trails.
That's right. There was the Eagle Heights Bike Park. That was the first one. And then, of course, North Ark launched their Pioneer Wilderness Bike Trail. You've seen some of the NICA teams there having some events there. And then now this is not part of the Creekside Community Center.
Correct.
Because there was funding in there as part of that initiative to expand the trails, but this is separate from that. It's at the same trail downtown by the park, but it's like it runs parallel, right? It's a little skills trail for the kids to ride on their bikes while their parents are walking or whatever. So it'll be good for our community. More accessibility, more recreation. All those are good things. And then looking ahead to next week, we've got 2 big events, both happening in the later of the week. Thursday morning, we'll be with NARMC for a State of Healthcare breakfast presented by Home Helpers Home Care. So we'll be excited to hear from NARMC about kind of what's going on in our region, and also going to have some people from the Arkansas Hospital Association who can zoom out and kind of look at the state level of what's going on in healthcare and then zoom back in on what's going on here.
Yes, that's Thursday, February the 29th. And we would love for you to RSVP. You can give me or Lloyd a call, 870-741-2659, and we'll get you signed up.
In fact, some of these breakfasts, we encourage you to RSVP.
Yeah.
But this one, we're actually going to have a limitation on how many, because we'll be at the hospital in their first floor waiting room. They can do 50 comfortably. After 50, it starts to get a little bit uncomfortably. And so we'll want to be mindful of the number of chairs and tables. So we ask you please do actually RSVP for this one, and we'll make it as easy as possible. Email, text, phone call, all those things will sign you up. And then Friday, all day, we're going to be at Harrison High School for a regional day of opportunities. So they used to call this a career fair. Now we're calling it a day of opportunities. It actually started as a lunch of opportunities.
Correct.
And they just had students come during lunch. Last year, they introduced it as a day of opportunities. This year, it's a regional day of opportunities. So we expect close to 50 businesses. And after Harrison students go through, about 500 students from Harrison in the morning, then it's also opened up for regional schools to come and join. And so we have close to another 500 coming in from regional schools to take advantage and talk to the businesses that are going to be represented. We're going to make sure that the businesses have lunch so they can just stay, power through the day, talk about all the good things happening here in our region. That's Friday of next week.
Yes.
March 1st.
Busy.
Still time if you're a business and you're watching. There's still time to sign up.
Yeah.
If you'd like to be at that day of opportunities, just let us know. We'll connect you with the right people, the career coaches. It's going to be a good one. So thank you for watching. Oh, we have a guest today.
Yes.
How about a guest? We have Kim Loomis with Home Helpers Home Care talking about their presenting sponsorship of the State of Healthcare Breakfast and a little bit about Home Helpers Home Care. Kim and the team at Home Helpers, thank you for your presenting sponsorship and helping us tell a little bit more of the healthcare story. So here's Kim. All right, welcome back. And I've got a guest in studio today, Kim Loomis with Home Helpers Home Care.
Yes.
And she's the community liaison here in Harrison. Kim, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Wilson.
Yeah. We're here to talk a little bit about, you could give a short overview of what Home Helpers does and your role here in the community, and let's get into what we're here to talk about today. But why don't you give us a short overview?
Yes. So Home Helpers provides non-skilled care in the home. So that consists of things like light housekeeping, cooking, laundry, personal care, so bathing, dressing, transportation, companionship to those that need additional assistance in their home doing daily activities of living. And it helps them remain in their home, in the comfort of their home, rather than ending up back in the hospital. It helps them stay out of the hospital and independent.
And you are community liaison. So
Yes.
I imagine you're very active, you're outgoing. I know you're a member of the Rotary Club.
Yes.
Tell me more about, like, what does that mean to be a community liaison? Like, what is your role and what should people know about you?
So as a community liaison, I am in the community. I talk to everyone that calls in about services, give them their options, tell them about additional resources to even help pay for services that they may not know about. Many times people have been in and out of the hospital multiple times, and I'm the first one telling them of some of the resources that are available, which I think is just sad. So we want people to be as educated as much as possible. So just telling people, it might be overload of information, but it's information they need to know.
Sure. Sometimes you have to tell people, 5 or 6 or 7 times before the message actually gets through.
Yes.
Like you read about that in sales and the art of the deal, or even like parents could probably speak to that of how many times they have to tell their kids to take the trash out or do their chores or whatever, right?
Yes.
Of, would you please make your bed, right?
Yes.
Sometimes it takes 7 times.
I think you still have an infant, so you will learn soon.
Yeah, soon. Although I'm trying to soak it up. I've got information overload myself, but some of it'll stick, I'm sure.
Yes.
But we have an event coming up. We have the State of Healthcare Breakfast.
Yes.
And y'all are our presenting sponsor. Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you.
It's February 29th, starting at 7:30 in the morning. We'll have some breakfast, and then we'll hear from y'all and NARMC, and some of the Arkansas Hospital Association will be there.
Yes.
Tell us about, like, why is this conversation important, and why are y'all choosing to partner in this way?
Well, we love Harrison, of course. So we like to partner with community hospitals and the Arkansas Hospital Association to help educate those hospitals of the resources available and what Home Helpers can offer to them, and help their patients discharge back home and the safety of their home. You know, home is where the heart is. You know that saying, home is where the heart is. So we want them to go back home, educating them and the patients of the resources available and what Home Helpers can do to help them do that.
Love it. Well, we're certainly thankful for y'all's investment with us. Y'all have been good partners here at the Chamber and excited to bring this event to the community so that people can have this conversation and learn about some of the resources, talk about some of the exciting things that are happening, some of the challenges that are facing. You know,
Yes.
Arkansas Hospital Association will be there to kind of zoom out, talk about what's going on the state level, but then we'll be able to zoom in too of like, okay, well, what does that mean for us here in Harrison?
Yeah.
And so obviously you're going to have some part in that. And
Yes.
there'll be good relationship building there,
Yeah.
be good maybe resource sharing there.
Yes.
If you're watching, reserve your seat, call our office, shoot us an email, something like that, because there is limited seating. Right, it'll be at NARMC in their first floor waiting room, that beautiful glass room with the natural light coming in.
Yes.
They'll do some, but they can only hold maybe 50 or 60 total in there before it gets overly crowded and you can't have
Yeah.
all the things. So, yes, RSVP. Let us know you're going to come. We'll save you a seat.
Yeah.
Thank you, Home Helpers.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.
Yes.
And thanks for being here this morning.
Yes. I appreciate it.